Let's talk about the Carolina Panthers. I didn't think I'd be saying that this season. But look, honestly, they're one of the best stories in the NFL right now to me. Like, are they great? No, they're 5-4. But hey, they're 5-4. A year ago, they won 5 games. We're here at week 10, and they've already matched their win total from all of last year. Yeah, they haven't played great competition, but they did put 30 points on the Cowboys. They scored 27 against the Dolphins. They blanked the Falcons 30-0. And yes, the Falcons aren't what we thought they were going to be coming into the season, but they're better than that. So, do I think this team is going to make the playoffs? No, but it gets my attention how much better they are than a year ago, and I certainly think that Dave Canales should at least be in the running for Coach of the Year because of it. They are only a half game out of what is now a wide open NFL playoff picture. They're only a half game behind Detroit, who currently holds the last spot as we record this on Saturday afternoon, ahead of Week 10. Detroit holds the last spot, number 7, and number 8 is the Bears, tied with Detroit. So the NFC is a lot more wide open than we thought it would be. It's a lot more clustered than we thought it would be. So there's a chance for a team like Chicago or Carolina to sneak in where we wouldn't have thought that was possible for either of those teams. Bryce Young is playing better. We saw him kind of come on towards the end of last year. He did just miss a few games due to injury, but Andy Dalton came in and played well. They have a star rookie wide receiver in McMillan. But the story for Carolina is that Rico, Dowdle, is playing out of his mind. He is currently 4th in the NFL in rushing yardage and just seems to be absolutely cooking defenses. Listing his yardage per game since he basically took over after the injury to Chuba Hubbard. On October 5th against Miami, 23 carries for 206. On the 12th against the Dallas Cowboys, 30 carries for 183. And he talked about how much that game meant to him because he used to play for the Cowboys. He talked about how he wanted to do that to them. He had a chip on his shoulder, and man, did he crush it. 30 carries, 183. Against the Jets, 17 carries, 79 yards. Against the Bills, came back to earth a little bit, only 8 carries, but still got 54 yards on 8 carries. And then last week against the Green Bay Packers, 25 carries, 130 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Rico Dowdle, if not for Jonathan Taylor, is playing better than maybe any running back in the NFL this season. Jonathan Taylor could probably be the MVP. Other than him, Rico Dowdle is probably the best running back in the NFL this season. And looking at Carolina's schedule going forward, it's not going to get any easier. They've got the Saints this week, Falcons, 49ers, Rams, Saints, Bucks, Seattle, Bucks. So it's not going to get any easier, but conservatively looking at the rest of the schedule, if they can steal one of the 2 games against the Bucks, they're looking at a 9-8 season. That is a far cry from 5-12. And I don't think he's going to win because I think Coach of the Year is going to go to somebody that makes the playoffs. I think right now Mike McDonald is the front runner. You also have to consider Todd Bowles in Tampa or Shane Steichen in Indianapolis. But Dave Canales should certainly get some credit, some consideration for equaling the win total of the Panthers from all of last season by week 9. That is not nothing for a team that has not seen holiday football relevancy since Cam Newton. So, like I said, do I think the Panthers are going to make the playoffs? No, I don't think so, but the NFC is wide open. And they have 2 more games against the Saints, the worst team in football. They have one more game against Atlanta, who they blanked 30-0 in week 3. And I think they can get one against Tampa. And with the injuries to San Francisco, who knows? I currently project Carolina to lose that game, but San Francisco did just lose a game to the Texans, 26-15. They allowed 24 points to the Giants without Cam Scadaboo in a 34-24 win last week. So we don't exactly get consistency from San Francisco now either, because the injuries are starting to pile up. There's a very real chance that Carolina could win 9 or 10 games. And with the Detroit Lions currently sitting in the last playoff spot, a little bit lower than we thought they'd be, with Atlanta not being what we thought they were going to be, with Washington not being what they were last year, with Dallas being out of it. Like, the NFC playoff picture is wide open. Why couldn't the Panthers walk through it? Why couldn't they win 9 or 10 games and walk through the door? That would certainly be a story. But it's definitely something I'll keep my eye on the rest of the year. It's definitely one of my favorite stories so far this season. Let me know in the comments what you think of the Carolina Panthers. Do you think this is the start of something really, really cool? Or do you think it's just because the NFC is wide open? Also, let me know in the comments, who do you think should win NFL Coach of the Year? Steichen? Mike McDonald in Seattle? Does Canales have a case just because of the improvement of the Panthers? Let me know in the comments. Until then, I am Roman Gennaro. This is Empire Sports Talk. I'll see you next time.